such a time as this.
And welcome back to For Such a Time as This, the place where there is no such thing as a silent witness. Why am I shocked that the world continues to go insane? It is my opinion, based on the scriptures, the Holy Bible, that insanity is the end of the road of the absence of God. When you reject truth for so long, when you lie against your conscience and you sear your conscience in unrighteousness, that ends in insanity. And that's not just in the book of Romans, a severed conscience. That starts all the way back in Deuteronomy, when the Lord is warning the nation of Israel, warning them to be obedient, not to reject him. Look at what it says in Deuteronomy 28:15. But if you will not obey the voice of the Lord your God, or be careful to do all his commandments and his statutes that I command you today, then all these curses, the curses, shall come upon you and overtake you. One of the curses, few verses later, the Lord will strike you with madness and blindness and confusion of mind, the result of rejecting the voice of the Lord and his truth and his reality is insanity. Woo! There's this mother who goes to a school district meeting to thank a teacher in the open, no shame, to thank the teacher for letting her child behave and act like, seems like, believe like this child, her child, is an animal.
I would like to recognize Miss Mansfield, especially, who is the best teacher my daughter has ever had. She lets her be as weird as she is, and she encourages it, and she enjoys it, and that is really meaningful to me and my family, because not having like a kid who's so. She calls my daughter Ellie Cat because during attendance, my daughter meows instead of saying here. And she doesn't make her feel bad about it. She just embraces it and she loves it. And that's really cool for me as a parent. And it's really cool for my daughter to feel seen in school. So I really appreciate that. And that's all I have to say.
Courtesy of the libs of TikTok at their X account, this mother the child is not the problem. I feel sorry for the child. The child has adults in her life that has failed her, first and foremost, primarily, her insane mother, who is allowing her child to go to school and be in character as a cat. The second adult that has failed her is her teacher. And anybody else at that school that is allowing this child to behave like a feline. 100 years ago, when we were more sane, that woman would probably lose custody of her child, rightfully so, because the insane mother is helping the insane child, helping the child go down the route of insanity. insane parents raise insane children to become insane adults. Now, is that a one-to-one correlation? No. Sometimes the kids are rational and look back at their parents and say, Mom, Dad, you were crazy. I won't be crazy. Or sometimes you have sane parents who raise children who just want to rebel and just be insane. But for a mother to encourage the insane behavior of the child and thank publicly the teacher for the teacher to help in this insane endeavor, the mother, the teacher, and all the adults in her life that encourages her to live out the life of a cat, they're insane. And I hope, for the sake of that child, that there's an adult in her life that loves her enough to tell her the truth. Baby girl, you're not a cat. You're human, made in the image of God. But the fact that she could do this in our publicly, and if she still has custody of that child, and no one has reprimanded her for that foolishness, that shows you just how far our society has drifted from God, just how bad things have become. In truth, we should tell that mother, Mom, come back to reality because Mom, you're insane.
For such a time as this,